Okay, we are back with another episode of Heroes of HR podcast. We are still live at iSolved Connect. We are in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I've got Jan with me. Jan, how are you?
Doing great.
Very good. So this is the final day of the event. What have you learned so far?
iSolved is continually improving the product. It's innovative. It's always exciting. And I think it's super important to be here.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you get buy-in. If you have a lot of staff that you can bring, the more that people that come here, the more excited they get for the product. And it's so easy to just keep adding more features and see all the different directions you can go with it. It just seems to have no end, and the depth is amazing.
Yeah.
We are in love with it.
Yeah, and you've been. Well, we're going to get to how long you've been a client.
Okay.
For in just a minute, but for the audience that doesn't know you, let's introduce yourself. Just tell them who you are.
So I'm the HR director at Community Living Concepts, and that is it's a nonprofit, but we are a parent corporation to 7 other related companies, and those companies all do residential care for persons with disabilities, and we're in 4 different states. So we're a pretty big company. We have about 1,200 employees.
Okay.
And we're fierce advocates for people with disabilities, and we've been in business for 50 years.
Wow. Okay, and you're not an HR department of one.
No.
Okay.
I know.
We've come across a couple of those, and they've had like 300 or 400 people in the organization, and they were HR departments of one. I was like, God bless you.
It's just not possible.
No, it's not. And one woman yesterday was a CPA. She was the accounting manager, the HR manager, and had like 300 people. I'm like, that's insane.
No.
Yeah, you can't do that. So, okay, let's talk about this. You've been a customer of iSolved for a very long time.
Well, unknowingly.
Okay, tell us more.
Way back when, shortly after the COBRA laws were put into place, we needed somebody to help us with that. And we were with Infinisource. And I think we were one of their original customers. And it wasn't until 4 or 5 years ago, actually, that I realized that Infinisource was iSolved.
Yeah.
And it was about the time that we were
35 years to figure that out.
Yeah, because we've never seen the word iSolved. We always saw Infinisource, and since we didn't have iSolved the way we have it now, where we can go right in and log into Infinisource, we never did that before.
Right.
So one of the things that actually drew me to iSolved after we were doing a search with a committee of 11. With all of the experience that I had with Infinisource, and it's in Coldwater, Michigan, and we're in Michigan. Coldwater's about a 2-hour drive from us. You could call those staff at 5 minutes to 5. They would answer the call.
Still pick up.
As patient and kind as you could believe. If they were on the phone for 25 minutes with you, they didn't care. They just wanted to make sure your problem was resolved. You understood the issue or the resolution. And I would have to honestly say that was one of the things that hooked me once we found out about iSolved. I said we had such a good long-term history with Infinisource. Why are we looking anywhere else?
Right. Why look anywhere else? So 2 things, because I know you want to get to the keynote with Stacey Harris, which is going to be really good, by the way.
She's amazing.
I saw her last week. 2 things. So one, how do you stay with a company for 35 years, almost 40 years, and not outgrow them? One, but maybe before we get there, you said you had a committee of 11 looking for a new provider. A lot of people listening are in that situation now where they're looking for a provider. They don't know where to go. So maybe we start there. How do you look for a new software? What are you looking for? What are you asking? What are those questions?
So originally, we were with the company that we had for 20-some years, and being a nonprofit, we were real low budget.
Right.
We had this company that was, was built basically almost on an Excel SQL. It went from like Excel to SQL.
Yeah, okay.
And it had 2 separate databases, one for active employees, one for inactive. And it was just a flat, nothing interactive and live dynamic like what we have now, right? That company was so good to us for 20-some years. We were happy. And it was $1,000 per company each year for the continued tech service. So it was hard to turn that down. But when we wanted to move towards a paperless personnel record,
Mm-hmm.
the man who actually started that company started a new company. And they seem to have had all of the features that isolved had. We still didn't know about isolved yet.
Okay.
We were like, oh my God, we've had a 20-year history with them.
Right.
They're giving us all these bells and whistles. We'll reinvent ourselves with this. We tried for almost 2 years. It was horrific. It was a nightmare. And we went based on that first relationship with them.
Right.
And they're trying to launch what isolved has,
Right.
and they could never get there. I think they may have, at that time, 30 employees. It was
Yeah,
just
it's not simple.
No.
It's not simple enough to do that with 30 employees.
not possible. And sometimes we were getting calls from the tech people, like we'd get them in the middle of the night,
Mm-hmm.
or their children, you could hear their children screaming
Yeah.
and crying in the background. It's just good for them for trying.
Right.
But
Right.
I think the executive directors at my companies, they were ready to just kill me because they spent so much time trying to force it to
Right.
work it. And so
That often never works. Like it feels like it will, and it's almost like you were with them for 20 years, almost like a personal attachment. Like
Yep.
you want to stay, you want to give them a shot, but at some point
you had to cut bait.
you got to cut it and you got to move on.
And it was so funny when we went back to the search. And at this point, we're literally Google searching.
Mm-hmm.
I called our insurance broker as well because they have so many people
Sure.
with different, what do you have? And I think about that time might have been about the time that I found out that Infinisource was isolved.
Right.
So with our committee, we still looked at some of the other big ones, ADP, UKG, Paycom, isolved. And this time I wasn't making the decision completely by myself.
Right.
We had our team look at it, and we did let the fact that Infinisource had this big, long, great history with us. So that's where we went.
Yeah, and it's tough. It's tough to move on from something that you've been, because you know not just the people, the process. It works. You just
Right.
need it to be better. But at some point, innovation stalls, and you just outgrow people and
Right.
all of that. So okay, I know we need to get you out of here. So I'm going to ask you one final
Sure.
question. I want you to complete this sentence. Being a people hero means.
I want to say that it really means helping our employees be better. Because the more we learn about the system, for example, right now with the LMS, the thing that I am the most excited about with LMS is not that we can issue training to our staff,
Right.
but where we're forever looking for ways to promote from within,
It's all.
and that employees on their own initiative can see all these other classes that they can take, whether it's
Right.
how to lead or how to supervise or how to get along with your coworkers. We can now start seeing all of those classes and who has that drive, who has that initiative.
Right.
And the majority of our employees are low-wage earners, direct care staff. So perhaps they don't have a path to college
Right.
or something else. So this is a way that they can improve their life.
They can learn and upskill right
I am
there.
so excited about that completely. So I can't wait to really kick that off. And
I love everything about that. Upskilling, promoting from within, growing your own people. Number one is very difficult. It's not an easy task.
right.
So that's honorable there. So Jan, I know you got to go. You got to get onto this keynote. Stacey Harris, shout out. Great.
you.
It'll be a great keynote. So enjoy. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.